Hi, I am going to ask the cards, what am I going to do with my child? Maybe you are having problems with your child? I'm asking about mine. What am I going to do with my daughter, and what are you going to do with your kid? So let's have a look to see what's going on. We've got the 10 of Cups. Oh, it's such a lovely, loving energy. It's that homely energy. Oh, so this could be like really making the home a homely environment for our children. Making sure that all their needs are being met at home. Dinner on the table at a regular time. Bedtime nice and early so they can get up early in the morning. Making sure everything's nice and cozy, like a nice, cozy, comfortable bed. Temperature in the air, making sure that's all like bearable, especially when it's really hot or really cold. Now that seems like quite patronising, like we know to do that, surely. We do know like that, don't we? It's like, don't need the cards to tell us that, but I think the cards, it's good to be reminded. But we've also got the 10 of Coins, so it's making sure they're financially provided for. So maybe perhaps saving as well, ensuring putting money away for a rainy day, making sure like they're going to have everything they need. So like if you can't afford certain things that would make their life more comfortable, then putting some money away, like even if it's a little bit here and there, or maybe somebody is going to help. I mean, we've got 10-10 there. Well, we've got the Ace of Cups, and so this card is, you know, it's making sure there's an abundance of love. So love your children, love our children. It can be very trying sometimes, just ensuring that we approach them from the heart instead of from, you know, that reactive state. So it's about responding, not reacting, especially when they're really trying us. Then when they're not doing the things we're asking them to do, we're in a hurry, getting them ready for school, and they're not participating, or they're being really slow or rebellious, or maybe it's nothing to do there. Maybe we're stressed because we have to get out the door, or we have to get things done. It's easy to forget to be present, and it's easy to just, you know, get really stressed. So it's being present. We've got the Knight of Wands, but with excitement. This came up in yesterday's reading, and the Queen of Wands. So it's also like being fun. Oh my gosh! So we've got to be the provider, the nurturer, and we have to maintain fun. Oh great! I'm wondering if there are some single mothers out there watching this who can resonate. Like, it's really hard to be everything, to be the provider, the fun provider, the nurturer, everything. The Knight of Wands, yeah, maybe plan a holiday, an adventure, a getaway, and keep your creativity alive, making sure like there is space for painting or for whatever it is they enjoy creatively, other than the Xbox or PlayStation or whatever they use, like technical wise, screen time. I'm not talking about that. This is about like parent and child time, or caregiver and a child time, and making it exciting and fun and creative. Oh wow. So can the cards please tell us that we're doing an amazing job? Okay, What else have we got? We are doing an amazing job, especially if you want to watch this reading to make things better for your child. Let's have a look. Come on, give us something else. What else is going on with this child? Okay, so the 9 of Swords. So the child could be... Okay, so we had the 9 of Swords. So I asked what's going on with our kids, and they could be experiencing some form of anxiety. I know for my daughter it might be separation anxiety, especially where I've just lost my mum. It might create some kind of like deep fear within her of her losing me. So anxiety can come in many ways: health anxiety or social anxiety. It's that when you worry about things happening as well that haven't happened yet or may not happen. So it's anticipation of what could happen. Maybe there are nightmares. I'm thinking for some kids it could be school related. We've got the 2 of Coins. Maybe there is a struggle of balancing things. Maybe I do feel that the school system puts a lot of pressure on our children. Maybe your children are adults, but it is a balancing act, and that can cause anxiety, like trying to balance so many things at once. But also remembering that certain situations are not just black and white. So, for example, sometimes I feel like nobody likes me because I've had an experience where somebody doesn't like me. So then when I say, oh, no one likes me or everybody hates me, that's a very black and white way to look at it. Some people may like me, some people may not, which is fine. So it's knowing that, like, there's always different sides to the coin, you know? Like, there's 2 sides to one coin. I hope that makes sense. Like, there's many reasons for things happening. Like, somebody might not like me. And there could be because, for many reasons, maybe it's because I've come across arrogant. Some people don't like people that are miserable. My mum's just died, so, you know, it's going to be really difficult for me to put on a mask. Or, you know, so, like, I have autism. I was later diagnosed, and I've masked a lot. And I've got to the point now, I'm at an age where I'm tired of masking. So, like, now, I might not be coming across very bubbly and happy, you know? But my mum died. Why should I pretend to be bubbly and happy? Maybe we have to put that pretend and happy and bubbly face on for our children. Of course. Maybe it's us who has the anxiety, which is rubbing off onto them. Wow. We've got the 3 of... Well, the Empress, number 3, and this is a card of rebirth, motherly, fertility, like nurturing, and this is what this whole reading is about. It's about how do we look after our kids the best we can so that they don't turn out to be messed up in the head, you know, like with anxieties and mental illnesses and all those things that we don't want for our children. The things that we need to support our children with. We've got the 4 of Cups, and yeah, there's a feeling here of, it's like a depression or a low mood, a low motivation, and it's like we've got to be careful for us and our children not to bypass opportunities because of this low mood or lack of motivation. I mean, that can get really deep into the realms of nihilism and fatalism, you know, that fatalistic approach of we're going to die anyway. So, you know, we don't want to go into those realms. We need to, like not allow certain low lethargic moods prevent us from doing things. A lot of the things that we're successful in, 90%, well, approximately 90% of that success is due to just turning up. And maybe our kids don't want to go to school. Maybe they don't want to socialise or join clubs. So how can we support them in that? Yeah, we had the Empress fall out with that one, so we can love them and nurture them and just let them know that we're there, and we can try to do fun things with them, try to put some money away to financially support them, trying to keep the home as homely as possible. Can we have another card here, please? And it's the Five of Cups. So, they're our children and us as well may be feeling a sense of sadness or hopelessness. So, but not all the cups are down. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Sometimes it may feel like that light has been turned off, but there is light. And these three cards are going to wrap this up, like the cause of action, what to do. Right, there may be a block. So these children may not be wanting to communicate with us. You could be there for them and say, do you want to speak? Is there anything bothering you? They may shut you down. They don't want to speak. Or maybe when they want to speak, maybe that's when we're not being present and we ignore the signs. Even the little things. When they're talking about, they mention something, it might come out in snippets. So it's really important to be aware of that. The Page of Coins is a card of study. So maybe we can help them a bit with their schoolwork or encourage them. This is me, I need to do this. So they're still learning. They're still like little sponges. And we have the Four of Coins. So it's been like this is wanting to hold on to something. So maybe like we want to hold on to them. Maybe we want to hold on to them. Maybe we want to, what could it be? It's letting go of the reins. Maybe they don't want to grow up. Maybe, maybe they want to be like Peter Pan, never want to grow up. Depends what age they're at and what stage they're at. Kids can go through that phase of not wanting to let go of that playfulness, and it's hard to see that change and to see our kids grow from children to teenagers and teenagers to adults and toddlers to junior level and babies to toddlers. It's hard, isn't it? But it's all about accepting the change. I feel like something needs to be talked about, it's like the elephant in the room. It's time to use instincts and intuition to kind of like find out what that is. And I feel like you may have an intuition of what's going on, but the child may go on defence and tell you to shut up or F off or just ignore. That it can come out in ways like behaviour, refusing to go to school. What can be done? No one's perfect. We can only be aware and parent with presence. That's the answer. Parenting with presence. There is a book, Parenting with Presence. Probably loads. Being present with our kids and everything else that I mentioned there. I hope this made sense, and I hope someone got something out of it. Bye, namaste.